Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista, here on YouTube, and today is Monday, March 14th. So the weekend was good. Didn't do too much yesterday. I did do some stitching, so I have that to show you. And I realized, oh, that's my first cup of coffee today. I can't turn the autofocus off. It changes the things. It changes the coloring, and so I'll try not to move too much because that's what makes it jump. So I did work on my coffee piece. Now, I know she looks freaky right now. So I got done the rest of her sweater, and see, there it's jumping. There, I can fix it right there. The collar was white. So I had initially stitched it. I didn't want to do white. I had initially stitched it in this and didn't like it, so I tore that out. And then I said, well, let me see if I can find like a red color or something, another color. So I actually used the DMC Variations 4210. And so I decided to do her lip color and then her eyeshadow in the same color. When I fill in her face, I may change the eyeshadow color to like a lighter brown or something, because the thing with her face is that I have to do some back stitching on the eyes to make like eyelashes. And I also noticed on the pattern there's no nose. So I think I'm going to do a tiny back stitch line for a nose. I think it's just going to look weird. We'll see, because the next part I'm going to do is doing her face. But yeah, she looks kind of creepy right now. And I even considered taking like a white paint pen and doing two little tiny white dots on the black for, like, you know how you do like the pupil or the highlight. We'll see. But it's looking good. I like it. Yeah. So that's what I got done. And you guys know that I really love Three Birds Lane junk journals. I almost said the Pokey Puppy. The Lucky Puppy one is from there. And I've actually bought two more. I know, I'm trying, but I'm like, those I will really be able to use and treasure. And her workmanship is so good. And for 60 bucks, or it's like $62 or something, it's well worth it, because there's a lot of work that goes into those books. So I'm going to show you the ones that I bought. I don't have them yet. And she had a couple listed in the store as of over the weekend. So I bought, where is it? I bought this one. Oh, this one's out for delivery. This one's coming today. Alice in Wonderland themed one. She uses little golden books. And then she had one listed for Cinderella, and I had to get it. Had to get it, because I hemmed and hawed, and I was like, if I don't get it right now, it's going to be gone. And I mean, look at the Cinderella one. And I love how she does the ribbon ties for the closure. Oh my God. So I went looking yesterday for a Halloween junk journal, a really good Halloween one. Not that the one I don't have isn't good, but I want one like Three Birds Lane. I want one like that. And so I actually messaged her and I said, hey, would you consider doing a custom order? Would you consider doing a Halloween one for me? I said, I really love your aesthetic and how you do the journals. And she said, I've never seen a Halloween little golden book, but I'm going to look for one. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be fantastic, right? So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, this is the Halloween one I had bought. I think I paid $25 for this on Etsy. It is kind of cool. I love the pink. But I decided I'm going to give this away to you guys. Yeah, one of you is going to get this. So I'm going to make it really easy. Do not say anything about a giveaway in the comments. You don't even have to comment. Fill out the Google form. I'm going to have a Google form in the description box. There's the back. That is going to, you put all your information in there, your name, your address, all of that. So I will pick a winner next week from that. Yeah. And so let's talk about my hair for a second. So I've been messaging with my stylist over the weekend. I like what she's done, except I don't like the red at my hairline. I don't know. I just don't like it. And so I had messaged her and I said, I had messaged her a picture of like all blonde. And she was like, well, that's going to take more than one visit to do, but we could do it. And then I was talking to Bill and I kept looking and I'm like, I like the rest of it. I just don't like the red at my root. I mean, around my hairline on my face, because when I got this done on Saturday, there was like dye on my skin. It was like so dark. I just didn't like it. So I messaged her again and said, okay, now that I've thought about it, here's what I don't like. I don't like the red around my hairline. And she was like, well, you can come in this week. And I'm coming in on Saturday. She's like, I'll pop in some highlights and kind of like soften that up. And she's like, but I still need you to give me a picture for next time, because my next appointment isn't until May 7th. And so I found a picture. Oh, I don't think I have it on here. Oh, I mean, I do. I have it on Pinterest. Because I do like the red. I like the red streaks. I'm going to show you. It should be in here because I saved it. I don't understand why stuff isn't saved in here. If I save a picture to my playlist, because I have, you can do boards on Pinterest. I don't understand why the picture's not here. And I realized that, I don't know, I can't find it now. It was a really cute picture. But it had blonde and red. But the red wasn't at your hairline. So, yeah, I don't understand why it's not showing up. It's annoying. I really love Jennifer Aniston's hair color. The hair color is beautiful, isn't it? But yeah, what I'm hoping to get is like the red streaks throughout, just not right in the front. Anyway, you guys aren't here to talk about my hair. So I do have a job today. It starts at 10, so yeah. I'm just not feeling it today. Are we ever feeling it for work though? No. All right, so I don't have any talking points. Those were the talking points. Oh, I do have, see this bag behind me? Here's a talking point. That's a Vera Bradley bag. I have had like a handful of comments about it. Someone's like, I want to know the story, why it's hanging up there. Well, there really is no story. I bought that bag for $13 on eBay. It's used. And it's gorgeous, and I just really like it, and I didn't want it in the closet, and I didn't have anything hanging up there, so that's why that's up there. Isn't it pretty though? $13, that was a steal for that bag. I used to carry stitching stuff in it when I went to the stitch nights at the Stitching Post. Yeah. Okay, I do have some OMG moments. I have 4. So this first one is by Chiara. I want to say Kiara. This just, I don't know what the pattern is or anything, but I just loved it so much because look at the colors in it. And I got to take off the autofocus because it's not going to. Look at the colors in that. I love the blue streaks in the girl's hair. Isn't it gorgeous? It's so gorgeous. Okay. This one is a Heaven and Earth Designs by Melissa Barnes, and it's Enchantment of the Wolf by Tamara Markegard. She stitched it on 20 count Aida 1/1. I can't. Look at this. Can you even right now? Little Red Riding Hood. Dude. Oh my God. Stunning. Yeah, I saw that. My mouth fell open. And then here is Beverly Steinbach. Said she started this about 25 years ago and put it away for most of the 25 years. And she finally finished it. And I will always have a soft spot in my heart for this because this was my first big project. This is Mirabilia's Fairy Moon. So when I stitched mine, all those beads, see all those beads around her, the moon and all that was beads. I used Petite Treasure braid. I wasn't confident in my beading ability at that time. But I converted the shawl. See how it's purple? Mine was like magenta. So I'll have to take a picture. Next time I'll be at my dad's, will probably be around my birthday. I'll have to go in their hallway and take a picture of it. I've done it before. I've showed you guys. I took a little film at Thanksgiving a couple years ago and showed it. It's gorgeous. And then the last one I have to show you. So this is by Anne Catherine Ahalen. I'm probably murdering that name. She had been using Pattern Keeper for this Heaven and Earth Designs, and she forgot to export her progress. She lost 26,000 stitches in the program. She actually is 52% done. So I'm going to show you, this is the original artwork. Oh my God, right? And then here is what she has done. What? It's gorgeous, right? I just cannot get over the detail in the faces when they stitch these. It's so amazing. I don't know how you go back. I guess, how do you go back and figure out what you stitched and what you didn't? Yeah. Stunning. Okay. So I clicked on Facebook. When I clicked on Facebook this morning to like go to those OMG moments and all that, a post comes up in one of the book groups that I belong to. And let me tell you, I mean, I've read 16 books already, which is astounding for 3 months. Not even 3 months. I'm on my 17th book right now. It's unheard of for me. This woman, and this was just the first post that popped up. Her goal for reading books in 2022 is 200. That's a lot of fucking books. That isn't the thing that's stuck in my brain. So she's been told that she's a crazy fast reader, and she realized that she read. Now try to wrap your brain around this number. She realized that she has read 13 books in 3 days. What? 13 books in 3 days. She reads young adult fantasy and science fiction. Now, I don't know. And she said it is almost 5,000 pages. I don't even know what to say to that. 13 books in 3 days. So you're reading 4 books a day. 5,000 divided by 3 is like 1,500, 1,600, a little over 1,600. You're reading 1,600 pages a day? That's fast like nobody's business. I mean, 13 books in 3 days. I would feel like the synopsis of the book or the book itself would just meld into the other ones, right? If you read that many in a day. Did people comment? People had to comment. So far this year, she has read 45 books already. Someone said, depending on the book and how big and if the story gets you that invested, yes, I could see 13 books in 2 days. No, there was 400 comments. I read this fast and I retain it. This person's read 67 books already. What? Their goal is 325. Someone said, how long do you spend reading every day out of interest? That is extremely fast. I read every day and have read 20 books so far this year, and I'm 300 pages into Les Miserables. Someone said, I honestly feel those who read super fast don't retain the information as well. It's been a proven study. Someone said 13 books in 3 days would mean you read about 70 pages a day. No, you mean an hour. It's more than 70 pages a day. Wow. Someone commented and said, 13 books in 3 days wouldn't be 70 pages a day. I think your math is off. That's 1,300 pages a day. That's 108 pages an hour. That's a lot. 1,658 pages a day. Wow. It's not a competition, obviously. I am very proud of my 16 books in not even 3 months this year. That's the most I've ever read. Okay. Now that we have that little factoid in our head, right? Let's do. Oh, I am reading a new book recommended to me by Marianne. Kirsten Moglen's Our Little Secret. It's pretty good. It's told in, she has a lot of books out, and they're all on Kindle Unlimited, which is fantastic. So the book's only 187 pages, and that may seem long to some people. That's short for me. Usually the books I'm reading are 300 and 400 pages. So I'm 35 pages in. I've read some of it yesterday, just started yesterday. Okay. So, inspirational story. Oh boy. What goes around comes around. We're going to read that. I haven't previewed the story or anything. What time is it? Okay, I got 20 minutes. I got to hurry up and read this. One day, a man saw an old lady stranded on the side of the road, but even in the dim light of day, he could see she needed help. So he pulled up in front of her Mercedes and got out. His Pontiac was still sputtering when he approached her. Even with a smile on his face, she was worried. No one had stopped to help for the last hour or so. Was he going to help her? Was he going to hurt her? He didn't look safe. He looked poor and hungry. He could see that she was frightened, standing out there in the cold. He knew how she felt. It was those chills which only fear can put in you. He said, "I'm here to help you, ma'am. Why don't you wait in the car where it's warm? By the way, my name is Brian Anderson." Well, all she had was a flat tire, but for an old lady, that was bad enough. Brian crawled under the car looking for a place to put the jack, skinning his knuckles a time or two. Soon he was able to change the tire, but he had to get dirty and his hands hurt. As he was tightening up the lug nuts, she rolled down the window and began to talk to him. She told him that she was from St. Louis and was only just passing through. Or St. Louis. Why did I say Louis? She couldn't thank him enough for coming to her aid. Brian just smiled as he closed her trunk. The lady asked him how much she owed him. Any amount would have been all right with her. She already imagined all the awful things that could have happened had he not stopped. Brian never thought twice about being paid. This was not a job to him. This was helping someone in need. And God knows there were plenty who had given him a hand in the past. He had lived his whole life that way, and it never occurred to him to act any other way. He told her that if she really wanted to pay him back, the next time she saw someone who needed help, she could give that person the assistance they needed. And Brian added, and think of me. He waited until she started her car and drove off. It had been a cold and depressing day, but he felt good as he headed for home, disappearing into the twilight. A few miles down the road, the lady saw a small cafe. She went in to grab a bite to eat and take the chill off before she made the last leg of her trip home. It was a dingy-looking restaurant. Outside were 2 old gas pumps, and the whole scene was unfamiliar to her. The waitress came over and brought a clean towel to wipe her wet hair. She had a sweet smile, one that even being on her feet for the whole day couldn't erase. The lady noticed the waitress was nearly 8 months pregnant, but she never let the strain and aches change her attitude. The old lady wondered how someone who had so little could be so giving to a stranger, and then she remembered Brian. After the lady finished her meal, she paid with a $100 bill. The waitress quickly went to get change for her $100 bill, but the old lady had slipped right out the door. She was gone by the time the waitress came back. The waitress wondered where the lady could be, and then she noticed something written on the napkin. There were tears in her eyes when she read what the lady wrote. "You don't owe me anything. I have been there too. Somebody once helped me out the way I'm helping you. If you really want to pay me back, here is what you do. Do not let this chain of love end with you." Under the napkin were 4 more $100 bills. Ooh. Well, there were tables to clear, sugar bowls to fill, and people to serve. But the waitress made it through another day. That night, when she got home from work and climbed into bed, she was thinking about the money and what the lady had written. How could the lady have known how much she and her husband needed it? With the baby due next month, it was going to be hard. She knew how worried her husband was, and as he lay sleeping next to her, she gave him a soft kiss and whispered soft and low, "Everything's going to be all right. I love you, Brian Anderson." Wow. I mean, I know that's written for that, but can you imagine that that's the circle of life? The waitress's husband was Brian Anderson, who changed the lady's tire. What? Don't you love that? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But it reminds me of that movie Pay It Forward with Haley Joel Osment and Helen Hunt and Kevin Spacey. If you haven't seen that movie, it will make you feel all the feels. Seriously. It's about paying it forward and just the ripple effect, the giant impact you can have by doing something small, a small kindness for someone. So, I hope you guys all have a great Monday. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.